expected it to be. But then on a personal level, I just weren't ready to be there. I weren't the person who I am now back then. And it's less than a year ago, 10 months ago, something like that. And it weren't so much when I was there, it was more when I come back from there that it hit me, when I reflected on it and everyone was like, how was it boss? Like, and in my head I'm just like, yeah, it was good, but deep down I was like, I didn't do anything. I didn't have none of that. I weren't in no after school clubs or no anything fitness related. I think I ran 2 times I remember doing fitness, ran cross country in year 6, thought I was going to have an asthma attack. And my mate took me boxing one day around the same age, and I remember coming out and like an hour later my mum was like, you're all red raw, you. Yeah, I just had a near-death experience, I think.
Are you going to get next week?
It is more than fitness, it is more than a programme. You're connected in some way.
Yeah.
You and it's just built on, it just builds respect for yourself and for other people. And I'm just like, do you understand how much it's actually took for you to get here? Like, just respect for that alone. You chose to take action. You've willingly chose to come here. And in my opinion, willingly put yourself for what could be deemed some of the hardest workouts in the world.
Yeah.
For the average person to do. For the average person, that's one of the hardest workouts you'll ever do. How do you walk away from this workout, not just physically better, but mentally and emotionally better? Because, like, if you've done one of my workouts before, you know I always end by telling whoever's doing it how grateful I am to be on the other side of that camera. Like, we're so grateful to be able to do it, that we give you the best of us.
Episode of Disciples of Truth, we have Lee Laverty on from ShredFast. It's not the first time you've been on, is it, Lee?
No.
I would like to apologise, so thank you for coming on.
No problem.
So how did your journey with ShredFast start?
It started about 5 years ago now. So before Luke, the founder of ShredFast, actually made ShredFast, he was a personal trainer. At that time I didn't do no exercise. I was probably about 22, I couldn't even do a press up, to be honest. But I used to go on his page. I just had this thing in my head about getting in shape. I thought like I'd do it. And I couldn't afford a PT then, so like going to him was out of my option. And like I always remember, I'll never forget this, on Instagram, the way you have your highlights.
Yeah.
You used to have transformations and I used to just click through them. And I used to tell myself like, I'll be on there one day, I'm going to be on there. And then one day, like, he started speaking about launching this online program, stuff like that. So as soon as it come out, I signed up straight away. And just for context, this was how like much of a low point I was at in my life before I signed up. So I couldn't even afford it. Basically, I couldn't afford to sign up. You used to be able to sign up through PayPal, and PayPal had this thing, PayPal Credit. And that's how I signed up. That's how desperate, like, it's a bit of a credit to myself if you like, that's how desperate I was to get in shape. But it also gives a reflection about where my life was at that time. I was smoking weed every day, at like death and stuff like that. And going back to what I said there, I couldn't do a press up. The first workout I ever done, it was on a Saturday. And I'll never forget this, because every Saturday at that time, the workout was a 500 rep challenge. Just mostly all body weight.
Yeah.
And you probably guess what's coming. The first exercise, 50 press-ups. So I seen that. I was just like, oh my God, how am I going to do this? So, done it. I think it took me about 56 minutes to do. I remember it because I sent him a screenshot afterwards. It was like, just done my first ever ShredFast, blah, blah, blah. And then a week later, same challenge I'd done, and I'd shaved 10 minutes off. And for me, that was probably the start of like my fitness journey, if you like. And from there, I just kept going at it, just kept turning up. So for anybody who doesn't know, ShredFast is a kettlebell fitness program. Started on 2 8-kilo kettlebells, and workouts are usually an hour. probably took me about an hour and a half to do them workouts. I just kept pausing them. And going back to them. But I just had this thing in my head. I just had this relentless drive of like, I'm going to do this. But I think the problem is, at that time, every time I'd start to see progress, and I said to you in the car before when we were speaking, I'd get in my own way. I'd be like, you've done it now. You know, you're in decent shape, and then I'd just lose it all. And then I'd go back, and then I'd lose it all, and I'd be in a vicious cycle. I was probably like that for about 3 years.
It's an hard cycle to be
in and out of shape, just inconsistent. And then one thing I noticed is it started slowly transforming my mind, and that was the most important thing. I think most people, when they start any type of fitness, it's to look better early, innit?
Yeah.
You don't... Anybody who's never done fitness before doesn't go into it thinking, I want to improve my mindset, so I'm going to start lifting weights.
Yeah.
Nobody really does that. It always stems from, I want to look better. But pretty soon you do start to realise, hold on, I feel okay here. Feel okay mentally. And you stop taking notice to really how you look. You keep showing up for yourself to keep your mental health in check. So, as you can imagine, when I started noticing that, the inconsistency had caused my mind to play tricks on me, and I'd start feeling down, and I'd start going down a vicious hole, if you like. And it'd always lead back to one thing, just smoking weed. Yeah. That's when I knew I was going off track, because I'd start smoking loads of weed, and I'd start blocking out my days. I'd go to work, I'd come home, and I just wouldn't do nothing. And it was like that, like I said, for about 3 years, and one of my best mates at the time, me and him were having a little conversation, and we were both in the same boat, to be honest. And one day, I just remember this text, we was just like, we've got to do something, like we can't keep living like this, it's shit, basically.
Yeah,
that's
killing us,
yeah,
yes.
do you know what I mean? So, we was like, right, let's both get on this ShredFast, let's both get back to it. Started training, we'd be speaking every day, it's hard one today, that, blah, 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 and then one thing led to another, and I was like, lad, let's just start going to the gym together, let's start doing them together in the gym. So we started getting up 5 o'clock, and it just gave you, it ignites something inside you, it gave me a purpose again. One, I felt good, and two, my mate was holding me accountable. I didn't want to let him down, and he didn't want to let me down, so we were just going on it then, and we started to get in proper shape. And then I said to him, we should start going to classes. I'd done the classes before. Shout out to a man called John Devon. John was an integral part of probably where I am today, to be honest. When I first ever got in decent shape, me missus sent me transformation into Luke.
Yeah.
And he posted it. And then John, at the time, he was like smashing his training, his transformation was unbelievable. And he messaged me, and he was like, you don't understand how much of an inspiration you're going to be to people. At that point, I just got myself in shape. I was like, what's mad this? What's going on here?
Yeah.
And then he was like, do you go to classes? And I said, no, I can't get to them. I don't drive, do you know what I mean? My missus is pregnant as well, so can't be getting her up at 6 in the morning. And he was like, I'll pick you up.
Cool.
Didn't know John, never met him before. He was coming from the Wirral, picking me up, and we were going to classes together. So, yes, little shout out to John there. He proper, I'll never forget that. And then me and my mate started going to classes again. And then we just started with like a mad idea, like we could become PTs, us, like we should start looking into that. And then we just speaking to Luke and just put it out there one day, was like, we're going to get our qualification, you know, maybe one day we could be a part of this. And he said, do get your qualification and we'll see what happens. I'm not promising nothing, do you know what I mean? Yeah. At that time, ShredFast was nowhere near the beast it was.
How did you set that at the time when he said that? Did it ignite something more in you? No, did you just...
In my head, all I heard was you can be part of the team if you get your qualification. Yeah, so I was just like,
yes.
I'm getting this qualification and I'm not stopping until I'm part of this team.
Fantastic.
So then, from there, everything went up a level then.
Yeah.
I just had this thing in my head that I could be a part of this, yeah. even though all he'd said is, I'm not promising nothing, I didn't hear that. I was just like,
I heard yes.
I'm gonna, yeah, basically, that's what I heard, yeah.
Cool.
So, went away, done our qualification, started training even harder. Started getting invited in to do like the online workouts with them.
Yeah.
And Joe and Helen were the only other PTs at the time. And afterwards, Joe, whether it was after a class or whether it was after a live, I didn't care what Joe had to do. Joe's job at that time was to answer my questions. I was just peppering him. He was probably thinking at a certain point, go home.
Leave me alone.
And then just kept going at him. And then Joe's probably the reason I'm on the team, to be honest. I think at a certain point he's seen how bad me and my friend Jack at the time wanted it. And he went to Luke then and said, like, you could give these a chance, you know. They remind me of myself when I wanted to get on the team.
That's amazing.
And I was a data analyst at the time, worked at Scottish Power. Hated it. I didn't hate the job so much, I just knew that environment weren't right for me. I was like a square trying to get put in a circle hole.
Yeah.
And anybody who's worked in corporate jobs before, at the time there was a situation where someone had come onto the team and I was teaching them, so in my head I deserved a pay rise.
Yeah.
So I went to them and asked them, and they said, we'll put a career plan in place. They just fed me corporate nonsense, basically, just like, go
We'll
back to
think
your
about
desk and
it.
do your job, you know what I mean? So that was like the final straw for me, because even my manager agreed at the time. My manager was proper sound. Like, yeah, it's not right. So then, as this training started to, the ball started to roll, and I started to see like these more and more opportunity. I was just zoned in on that then. Work took a back seat. I was missing meetings. I was just putting my laptop in the house and just going to do these online workouts. I was just all in on ShredFast at this point. And one day after the live, I was just in the changing rooms, and Luke was like, you look great here, let me get a picture of you. Took a picture, and then he posted it, and he read the caption out to me. And he was like, what do you reckon of this caption? And at the bottom of the caption, it was like, Lee's going to be one of our new instructors starting from February. This was in January 23, this. And I couldn't believe it. I was just like, oh my God, like, it's actually happening now.
Yeah.
So, earlier that day, I was meant to be in this team meeting, didn't go to that. Went home. I was nearly crying, to be honest. I was just sat in the car, and it was the first time I was probably crying over, apart from my daughter being born. It was the first time it's something that had made me emotional over, like, being happy. But what made this so special was it was my own achievement. It was something I'd done for myself. Went home, opened my laptop, rang my manager, said, I'm quitting. I'm leaving this job. This was in January, and I just said that I'm leaving at the end of February. I gave myself my January payday and my February payday, because I didn't have no savings or nothing.
Yeah.
Didn't have no backup plan. I was just all in on this. I didn't care what the consequences were. And told my mum was just like, what? You doing what? And then that was my mum trying to protect me, do you know what I mean? I understood that. Me missus come home and she just started crying her eyes out. She said, I can't believe it, because she's watched the whole journey. She's seen me in my mum's kitchen. She's seen me in her mum's back garden. She's seen me getting up to go to the gym.
Yeah.
She'd seen how much of my life I'd poured into this. And deep down, I knew what this was going to become. I knew the opportunities that were going to come with it. But at that time, it weren't about that. I've always been the type of person who wants to help people. I'll just put my own problems aside to try and help someone else. And I knew what this program had done for me. I knew how much it had helped me. I knew how much it changed my life. So my thing was like, I'm going to be able to do that for other people.
Yeah, we're like a magnetic pull, because I seen
Yeah.
Joe talking about it. He said he was at first one, he says, once I heard what he wanted to do, he says, I didn't even need to know any more details. It was like,
I'm just all in on this. I don't care. At that point, I didn't even care if they just wanted me to, like, just be round the gym.
Yeah.
Mop the floor after we've done this or whatever. I was just like, I'm just going to be all in on it. I'm going to be a part of ShredFast.
I love the workouts just at home and what you're all speaking on, but the energy actually in the HQ when you're walking in, and it's the same, like, it's different people every time, but it's the same attitude. They're all like, oh, well done, or it's a really togetherness.
It's no
where
facade.
You don't feel in normal gyms, unless
yeah.
you've been going to a gym for a certain amount of time. You might have 5 or 6 that'll talk, but the rest won't, you know what I mean?
The mission's always been the same. Help as many people as possible.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And as this starts to grow and it starts to become the beast that it's going to become, and you're always going to have them people, the most common shout is, this is a cult, this is that, this is blah, blah, blah. But just come down, come and spend a day with us and you'll understand that this is just a place for people to get better.
Yeah.
Everyone on that team, I honestly believe, has been broken in some sort of way and fixed themselves through the power of ShredFast. That's why when you do speak about energies and stuff like that, it's not fake.
No. Well, you can feel it in a room, can't you? Like, I was saying in car on way over, it's like, you could see the transformation in you from the start to now. Like, just the shyness has been
same me buoyancy, man. Do you know what I mean? It's given me confidence that I'd never had before. And it's... That was being a part of ShredFast is what made me believe that I'm on my way to doing something, do you know what I mean? I've always thought that I had something inside me to be great, if you like, from very young, very, very young. All I used to tell my mum when I was a kid is, Mum, I'm going to look after you one day, you're going to be retired, you're never going to have to worry, you're never going to have to work, and it's the shame for the people around me who will love that. I was like, we're going to be okay one day, we're going to live the lives. Like, I've got my best mate, Connor, in Liverpool, there's something called the Promenade. We used to just walk up and down it when we were kids, and all I used to say to them was, next year's the biggest year of our lives. Next year's the biggest year of our lives. We're going to do something special. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And to a certain point, people probably hear that and just think, oh, they're living in dreamland. Then, but I honestly believed it. In like deep down, I honestly believed it. And when I got to 18, 19, and I started working and I was getting pay rises and stuff like that, you move through the ranks naturally, but there was just something inside me that made me feel like I was letting myself down, and it made me spiral into depression, to be honest, because I knew that I had something to give, but I just didn't know where to channel that energy.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe it is my job, and I'd try and channel energy, and I'd be like, I'm going to do this qualification, and I'd just be like, I don't want to do that.
Like you said, it took you from that moment of it needed to break you down to actually find your thing.
That's it.
And I find it quite important because a lot of people are talking about manifestation and it'll work out. It's like you said that you didn't even have any money at that point. But you created the circumstances for that all to happen.
That's it.
You started putting the work in before.
I shared something on Instagram the other day. I put a quote on the caption, and it was something I'd just heard in a YouTube video. And like I hated being poor. It was the worst mindset I ever had.
Yeah.
And that's all it is. It's a state of being. You might not have the money now. You might not have the job now. But if you live in the mindset of life's crap, I don't have nothing, I'm never going to have nothing, you're not. Because you're creating that reality for yourself. But if you can find it somehow to be like, you know what, I don't have it now, but I'm working towards it.
Yeah.
I'm not that now, but I'm becoming it. That it will come.
Yeah. And it's creating them little habits, isn't it, that take you away from that. Like, it's easy to sit and mope with it. It's like, even as simple as you do, like even ShredFast says, do it, go out in nature for 20 minutes. Because that does all the world for you. And it's just them little things.
There's the cliche saying, and it's mostly in fitness, didn't want to do it, done it anyway. But it's the truest thing ever. Like, it actually is. It's them things that you don't want to do that you have to do.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Because the brain's programmed to look after you. Your brain's programmed to not put you in difficult situations, to pick the most comfortable route, to... It's like a safety net, really.
Yeah.
So when it does come to doing certain things, that's why you're faced with procrastination, because your brain kind of knows this is going to be difficult. You don't want to do that. Come on, just go and do that. This makes us feel good anyway. That's like a big part of addiction. That's what I learned. Like, exercise made me feel good. But for that hour, I knew I'm in the trenches here. It's going to be a long hour before you feel good.
It really clears out all the negative thoughts.
That's it.
It's like same as a run. It just distinguishes it. It's like,
It's dopamine, innit? Basically, the dopamine makes you feel good.
Yeah.
Through exercise, it's a sustained level of dopamine.
Yeah.
You stay up about here, and then when you come down, you come back down to base level. When you become on the flip side of that, or the things that release dopamine, but with instant gratification, food, porn, drugs, betting, stuff along them lines, they give you that instant gratification. And it releases a bit of dopamine. But the problem is you shoot right up. And where you've gone up too quick, you've got to come back down naturally. Yeah. And you come back down and you go below baseline. But below baseline's depression. So then you're fluctuating constantly between these quick hits, depression. You're just in a vicious circle then. You know what I'm saying?
I totally do. And it's hard because most society's in that now. It's in the dope.
Yeah.
We're in a society that chases dopamine over peace, really.
And you look at it stems through to everything. If you go on your phone now and you start scrolling, it's stuff that's boom, 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 boom. Let's watch the next reel. Let's watch the next one. That one was good. Let's watch the next one.
Well, it's like
before you know it.
Netflix, their biggest competitor is sleep.
Yeah. That's it.
Tells you everything. They want your attention.
Yeah.
And we give it up so easily as well, don't we?
That's it.
I think because that was the question as well, with how difficult do you find it with creating content and posting content within a device that is, like as you say, it's so... I know for me, when I'm posting, it's so easy to just... One video comes up and it's like I'm 20 deep and I haven't done what I was supposed to be doing.
I think content is the hardest part of my job. For me personally, it's not that content's hard, because I'm quite a perfectionist, if you like. I'm always trying to put something out that's valuable at least. But on the flip side of that, I also don't really like social media. And most people say they don't like it because it's full of negativity, blah, blah, blah. I don't buy into that, because I believe you create what you see on social media. Things slip through the cracks, but mostly what you're seeing is made up of things that you've either poured your time into or stuff that you like.
Yeah, well, it reflects, doesn't it?
So my problem with social media is myself as a person. I've got such an addictive personality that I know if I watch 5 reels, it's going to turn into 50. Or if I start creating content, I'm going to nitpick every second of it. I'm going to spend half an hour thinking about the caption. Does this music go with it? And then I'm going to post it and I'm going to sit there and watch it 10 times over and then be like, oh, I should have took that bit out. Oh, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do, mate. It's like, it sounds like you're rehearsing what goes on in my head.
And it's like...
And then this is what, like, you can feel your energy drain.
Yeah.
And that's where it lies with me.
Oh, that one got 10k views. Why is this one only got 1.5k views? But if you put 1,500 people in a room and said all these people have watched this video, you'd be like, bloody hell, that's a lot of people.
Yeah, it's hard, isn't it? It's the whole... It's like, it's a super drug.
Yeah.
And we've been speaking with Mrs. earlier, it's like, if you watch The Social Dilemma on Netflix, the people who create all these apps don't let the kids have smartphones.
No.
I think Mark Zuckerberg just got done the other day. Well, he's got done because he's been getting kids out of his neighbourhood, and they've all been homeschooling, and it's not allowed.
Yeah.
I'm like, these are a bit like, don't do what they say, do what they
do. and like, the thing is with social media is you can pick it apart and say, oh, it's this and it's that, but at a certain point it's also had a positive impact on the world.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's doing all it. it's how you treat it as well, and I ain't got it under wraps, and that's my self-control.
Without social media, you don't know about the Wim Hofs of the world. You don't know about the David Goggins of the world. You don't know about the likes of Luke. Do you know what I mean? People pushing out positive stuff.
It's about you changing in your internal dialogue of what you want to see on that screen.
It's not Instagram's fault that you've seen Kim Kardashian and Bentley and now you feel like you need to be in one. Do you know what I mean? You're the one.
And you don't have to you don't have to follow that stuff anyway.
Yeah.
I try to, like we were on about with Joe Rogan, it's very free thinking into avenues I've never even showed me things that I want.
One of my favourite things, one of my favourite things off Joe Rogan is the Michael Jordans of the world aren't sitting in YouTube comments spreading hate. If they don't like something, they're probably just going to keep scrolling. I don't want to see that. They're not commenting like...
All the putting that energy into getting where they want to get.
Yeah,
not watching everyone else.
Yeah, that's it. So it's just... Everything's just about balance. Social media, everything. Same with even exercise. Exercise is one of the best things for you, but I had a conversation with one of the lads and he was like, I feel like I can't have a rest day because if I do that I'm gonna get fat again, or I'm gonna lose all my progress, or this is gonna happen. It just makes me feel good mentally. And I said, but you can't rely on that avenue just to be the only thing that makes you feel good.
Yeah. But it's like what we were saying earlier with a magnet. If you've got that fear to it,
yeah,
you're gonna condemn yourself to nothing.
If you live your life in the thing of like fitness makes me feel good, so I'm just gonna do it every day. I'm gonna train as hard as possible. What happens when you get injured?
Wheels come off.
Because it happened to me.
Yeah.
That was me. That was my viewpoint. Don't need rest days. Rest days are for losers. I'll just train hard. I'll lift every time. In fact, I'll just go heavier. I'll just keep going heavier. And then I done me back. And for 2 months I couldn't train properly, and that was one of the hardest 2 months I've had in my life before ShredFast.
How did you find the readapting to that then, when you couldn't train?
It was one of the, I feel like it's like what we were speaking on the way here. I lost my identity a little bit.
Yeah.
I was seeing the rest of the team come out of the online workout saying that was one of the best workouts I've ever done. Wow, that one was hard. And I'm just stood on the sidelines like, wish I could do that.
Yeah. But then divinely it's done it. So, well, my viewpoint is it divinely done it. So it says you need to bring a bit of balance. It adds
to your character.
You need to bring a bit of balance back.
Your life can't just be this.
You can't keep on pushing. It's like having an elastic band in it.
Yeah.
The more you tighten it.
Go take your kids out for a walk. See how that makes you feel. Does that make you feel good? You're still looking after yourself. You're still staying fit.
Yeah. Not being present.
Yeah.
That's number one that I've just got back from that thing is just when you're with someone, be present.
Yeah.
Like children, whatever, family members, make sure that you're listening to them. Make sure if they're talking to you, engage. Don't just like answer them, but not really engage in conversation, fire out back. Just be fully there. Yeah.
And that's like that ties back to social media. Sometimes like I can be trying to put a video together and my missus is speaking to me, you know. I'm just sat there and then like I'll go, what did you say?
Yeah. But you can't, how can you do it all at once?
Yeah.
Because that's what I want to ask you. I think for me, having this time off of actually posting, I need to itemise where I dedicate an hour or 2 hours a day and go, right, that's my 2 hours. I'm going to sit in it, maybe sit in here, and everything's shut off. I can't be sat there and showing kids that example of that. And I'm not ridiculing you because we've all done it.
No, that's what I'm saying.
We've all done it, and I think it's finding the right attitude of how to use it and not let it use you.
I think the most important thing to try and remember is that reel's going to be there no matter what. That video's going to be there to edit no matter what. That conversation might not, because I know my missus, when I say, what did you say? She's just like, forget about it. And then you feel like a bad person because you're like...
And then you do that. I don't know if you do it where you're like, yeah, but I need to do this.
Yeah,
and then
you start justifying it then. You can see him trying to do something.
Like, whatever your tit.
Yeah, that's it. I think the turning point for that with me was the other week was my daughter. She turned around to me one day and she was like, I don't like phones. And then in that moment you start to realise like, just put it down.
They're just a reflection out there. Like, I'm just really trying to don't often I go on them in front of kids anymore. I just try not to, because I'm trying not to make it. The more that I do it, the more they're gonna want one, and that we're already on this policy that we don't want them to have them
until they need it, until
yeah.
you need to ring them to make sure they're okay. You don't want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like monkey. It's not do as I say. It's they're gonna do as I do.
And it's like me little boy. He loves cars. You know, Disney.
Yeah, yeah.
And then he started watching these YouTube videos, and it's like the characters from Cars, but voiceovers from other shows. Like, have you ever seen The Office?
Yeah,
like, it had like a voiceover of Michael Scott and that. Come in the room and I was just like, is he watching here? I was like, no. Brain rot, we call it. That's what we call it. Just brain rot telly. I was like, nah, it can't happen. Can't be watching stuff like this.
I think, I don't know. I think that's where mine's come from though. Like tuning out and just because I watched too much TV as a kid.
Yeah.
It's just zone.
And you know,
I watching your kettlebell things on the morning on there on that screen, and I've been watching you to see what was doing. I'd just have to copy.
Yeah.
or read what it is on bottom. I'm like, and I had Cam that came over and he did the same thing. He went, I'm watching that, but not watching that. I'm like, I do it all the time.
You just zone out, don't you?
Yeah.
And you know the thing with kids and tellies, they'll just get that close to them, and you just like, bloody hell, you're gonna hurt your eyes. But it makes me, like, having your own kids, it's funny because you start to understand why, like, your mum and dad moaned at you for certain things as a kid.
Yeah, you do. But what I'm trying to do now is trying to be a bit more conscious and just, rather than telling them to shut up, like I did when I first, like, Archie, he just like, oh, shut up with that. And now I'm like, the things that he's inquisitive or he's drawn to, I try to explore it as I'm like him again, you know, same age. So you're like, oh, what is it? And get a bit more inquisitive, and it turns into an adventure. It is because I said it is.
I just love like sitting and watching them play me, and just watching the little imaginations work.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think everyone will agree, sometimes they just start waffling, you're thinking, oh my god, I just want to tell you to shut up here. You're speaking nonsense. And as an adult, you just don't have the brain power to listening to it. You're thinking, oh my god.
Yeah, we've all been there.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it.
Do they get involved in the workouts then?
My little girl does.
Yeah.
My little boy, he's not quite old enough yet, he's only 2. But my little girl, she's like, she loves it. She's like more like me, to be honest.
Yeah.
We have like the ShredFast cleats class and stuff. She goes in, she's doing burpees for a laugh. Cool. She's funny. I come out, she's in school now, but when she was in nursery, I've come out one day and she was going, Dad, took all the kids through a workout today. Did you, yeah? She ended up doing burpees and squats. Just makes me laugh.
That's brilliant though. You see the ripple effect that it's having?
I didn't have none of that. I weren't in no after school clubs or no anything fitness related. I think I ran 2 times I remember doing fitness, ran cross country in year 6. Thought I was going to have an asthma attack.
We used to just...
And my mate took me boxing one day around the same age, and I remember coming out and like an hour later my mum was like, you're red raw, you. Yeah, I just had a near-death experience, I think.
Are you going again next week? No?
So yeah, that's why like I speak to some people in the gym and I resonate with them a lot, because they say to me like, you're like us, you know what I mean, when we're starting.
Yeah.
I don't come from no athletic background. I don't come from, I love the gym. Like I say, people, 90% of the time I hate the thought of working out. Like, it's rare I get up and I'm like, I can't wait to train today.
Yeah, it's just...
Most days I'm just like,
non-negotiable.
oh my god, I've got to do this all over again. You know what I mean? But like I said, I'm well versed enough to understand what it's doing for me, how much it's regulating my body, my nervous system, my mind. Yeah. And that's what keeps me in. It brings out the best parts of me.
Yeah.
Them like, when I speak about who I was before ShredFast, it's not that I'm not that person no more. If I just stop training now and I just sat in the house, that character or them thoughts would come back to the forefront of my mind. They don't go nowhere. Your brain doesn't just get rid of them, push them out your ears, we're not that person no more. It's still there, there's still a part of your brain that wants to be that person, and I have days sometimes I wake up, my mind's trying to get at me.
Yeah. How do you perceive like intrusive thoughts then?
I just sit with them sometimes.
Yeah.
When it's like that, when I wake up and my mind's telling me, oh, forget about it today, let's just do this, let's just do that, it's okay, only one day. I try and go a bit deeper, and I start to think like, why am I having them thoughts? Is something going on, something out of sync, and I'm not doing something right? And then I just try and course correct from there. I read about it once. I can't. The Power of Now. That's the book. That's the book that it's from. The Power of Now. And it was speaking about them type of thoughts, them intrusive thoughts. Most people try and shut them down, and I shouldn't be thinking like that. Why am I thinking like that? But the thing is, if you know that that's not you deep down, you have to disassociate yourself from them thoughts and imagine it as if you're looking at it from the outside, looking in.
A guy said it over there.
And
like,
let it play out.
A computer game.
Yeah.
Like when you shoot, like, what do you call them? Shooter? Is it shoot 'em up? Like Call of Duty.
Yeah,
You're the main character.
Yeah.
He says you've got to try and take it as your third person you can see.
Yeah.
And if you do that, you can see that you're not your thoughts as much.
No.
You've got to try and make it tangible for people to get their head round, haven't you?
Yeah, that's it. Because if you do try and block them things out, the chances are you're trying to do it by thinking about them. So then you're constantly just warped in this.
Yeah.
Just.
And you're giving it energy, aren't you?
Disassociate yourself from it. Let it play out, and then just overpower it with the thoughts that you do want to think.
How important is it being you picking up different books to sharpen your mind?
I definitely do think it's important, but with them books as well, you have to apply it to your life in its own way. It's like they say, knowledge is power, innit? But if you don't do nothing with that knowledge, you're just a clever idiot, basically.
It's like having a bookshelf.
You're just an idiot who knows a lot.
No book.
Yeah. So someone can say to you, that book's boss, that proper helped me. But say Atomic Habits, fantastic book. But if someone's read it who doesn't have any good habits, they don't really have nothing going on.
Yeah.
They don't really know how to form good habits. They read that and they start, like one of them is habit stacker. So you start with one habit, build on top of that. If you start applying that, you're going to think that's the best book that was ever written. But if you read it, but you've already got your solid habits in place, you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And that method isn't in the book, you're always going to be like, yeah, it's just a book.
Yeah. See, I was listening overnight and it was saying you need to start spending more time on the job, the life that you want than the life that you've got. And that's where I've been recently. I've been putting more efforts into workouts and stuff. Yeah, it's still good to work out, but I'm not where I need to be. I've got to start timeising things, and I've started to realise it's great pushing yourself to so much workouts, but I should start drawing back from that, get into the new life. Once I've got the new life and created the freedom, more time can be put on that.
I always look at it like this way. So when I was a kid, I used loads of like analogies and stuff to help me get through life. Just makes it easier for me to understand stuff. So when I was a kid, I used to play this game, Pro Evo it was called, football game. Anyone who remembers that will know one of the best football games ever made. Yeah. So, but when you do your team management, if you like, on that team, you'd go on the player, and the way the stats was laid out, it was like speed, strength, all stuff like that, and you'd have like a like I think it was a pentagon or something like that, whatever the 5-sided shape is, and whatever they were stronger is, that's where the points would go to. And I just kind of look at my life like that: health, family, finance, business, spiritual, stuff like that. how far out of them points. Because if I just start focusing on my health, which is important, then I know my family's going to suffer because I'm going to be in the gym all the time.
Yeah.
I'm going to be training all the time. So I know that point's going to come in. Business, it might benefit me business because people are going to be like, what, he's an animal, I want to train with him.
Yeah.
But what's it doing to me spiritually? Because I know at that point I've become so infatuated with it that mentally and spiritually I start to suffer because it goes back to what I said to you before. You haven't trained twice today. Oh, you've had that. You've had a piece of bread. Not good.
And it snowballs then, doesn't it?
And then, so everything's just about finding balance, getting that pentagon nice and even. And different times of the year, you're going to push yourself out in different things.
Yeah.
Winter time, that's usually when I like to train hard because it's dark, it's wet, there's nowhere to go really.
Yeah.
Summer, my training will come down a little bit like it has over the last few months. And I've got more family time, more social time.
Outside,
I'm going on holidays, I'm taking the kids to parks. I'm enjoying a bit more food, I'm eating out a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, your fitness is going to suffer a little bit, but you stay on top of it in some way. You're not going to get fat.
No. Enjoying life.
Yeah,
not
that's
to
it.
enjoy the
That's it.
That's where I've been. It's like trying to grind all the time.
Yeah.
And then you've grinded so much that you hit the wall and you just fall off. It's like, no, you've got to start enjoying the ride.
Yeah.
Because if you're not, even for instance, going on a run with dog over there for 5k, and I'm like, you've got to run all the way through it. My mind's going, you got to run it all.
Yeah.
Ran all the way down to the canal and there's woods there. I'm like, no, I'm gonna let her have a decent run.
Yeah,
and I walk through it, and once I get back out, then I'll run. And I enjoyed myself. I'm like, if I'd just ran through it.
And I think the other importance with when you do stuff like that is also doing a lot of inner work and starting to understand certain situations. So if your health does start to, not health, because that makes it sound detrimental, your fitness, if you like, you're a little bit fluffier than you was 2 months ago. Why is that? Okay, I've been on holiday, I've been enjoying time with the kids, I've been doing that. Yeah, that's why. That's stopping now, so it's time to get back to this.
Yeah.
Why is business suffering? Why, what's going on here? Am I doing enough? Right, I'm doing this, I was doing this when that worked. Okay, people just at this time are enjoying themselves, that's why as well.
Yeah.
It's just about understanding situations where at a certain point, if one thing just started to go wrong for me, I'd be like, you're a failure. You've let yourself down. It's because you've done this. It's because you've done that.
Yeah.
And then before you know it, then you've got that knot in your belly every morning. You've got that anxiety in your chest. And
he's built this character.
Yeah.
It's just this internal dialogue. The book Toltecs, they were saying it was the parasite. He calls it the parasite. The more you feed that parasite, it's going to get bigger and bigger, and it becomes self-consuming.
I think that's one thing I've realised is life comes in waves. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, and like I said, I'm quite a faithful person myself, and one thing I've just started to realise is God's timing's perfect, always.
Yeah.
And you've just got to put all your trust into that. You've just got to trust God's timing, and whether you're going through a bad patch, you're probably just learning a lesson. Like when you've got a catapult, what you have to do to get it forward, you've got to pull it back.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's just what's happening. And in the moment, you might not be able to see that because it feels crap and you feel like you've got that grey cloud over you and the sun shines way over there, but like everything, it all moves.
Yeah.
And eventually that sunshine will come, but when it does come, you can't just start living like life's perfect. I've got it all now. You know what I mean? Because
it's bringing that gratitude in even when you're on your high moments, I've noticed. Do you actively pray or...
Yeah.
Because it puts a lot of people off when you say I pray, and I'm like, it's free.
And it's not like, right, I'm going to get down on both knees and put my hands together and I'm going to have complete silence. Sometimes it's just sitting there on your couch, eyes closed.
Yeah.
Thank you for everything. I'm so grateful for what I've got.
Yeah. Yeah, it's giving thanks for the little things.
The best thing that like I can say is, before you ask for more, be grateful for what you've got.
Yeah. And you've got to start giving.
Yeah.
Before you receive.
Yeah.
And that, I had it with bloke who helped us do this house, and he were always giving budgets. Really, I call him my guardian angel. Just turned up at the right time, and I'm like, how inquisitive. I'm like, so how do you do it? Like when you give people stuff, because my mind used to be like, give something to get something, and it were a broken mentality.
Yeah.
But I was like trying to be inquisitive, like, how do you do it? It's like, just that's how it's always been. My dad like had a joinery firm, and that's like everyone helped, and you gave, and you didn't think about receiving.
Yeah.
And it is, and the more that you actually do that and offer hands out for people, it does come back. But it's because you're not fixated on going.
It was like, I had this conversation with Luke, and it was some of the best advice he ever gave me, to be fair. You know, how happy do you feel when you buy someone something or you give someone something and they're like, thank you so much, I'm so happy with this made my day, I can't believe it. In your head, you're just thinking, wow, that's amazing. I've just made you feel that way. That's the energy you're giving out to whatever it is you believe in, the universe, God. When you receive something and you're just like, thank you so much, I am so grateful to have this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like you say as well at the start, when you get reference, a shout out, and that's like your spiritual thread. He put you onto that, and it'll have made him really happy as well.
That's like first thing I do as soon as I wake up. I get in the shower and I just say to myself over and over, I'm grateful for my wife, my children and my family. Please love them and protect them. Thank you so much. And I just repeat that over and over until I get out the shower. Yeah,
it's amazing. We just done a vision quest, and they were like, you did prayers down there, and I started to realise what that was. It's when you were hearing other people's struggles, like they were doing these ceremonies, whatever, in these blocked out rooms, and when people were saying what they were there for or what they were praying for, you had an emotional charge to that empathy. So when you were out in the forest, you ended up just tapping into it. You ended up thinking of these people and praying for them, but there were you could feel the charge to it. It's like to the battery, whereas a lot of people sometimes, and I know for me, I have said it before, when I just pray, sometimes when it's become the more monotonous thing of just doing the same prayer every day, there's no charge behind it, and I can feel it as well.
Because you're not doing it because you want to do it, you're doing it because you feel like you have to. So most people hear prayer and they probably just go back to school. Our Father who art in heaven, and they're just like, oh, no, I'm not doing all that. But sometimes prayer is just literally just saying thank you. I haven't spoke to you in a while, thank you. Life's good at the moment. Or I just need some guidance, I need advice, you know what I mean? Or some people, I prayed for £1 million and I haven't got it, so you know, we can't be real, can he? It's
like he's not a genie out of the bottle.
You know what I mean? One thing with prayer, I always liken it back to a quote, and it says most people ask for a cake and they're given a whisk, batter, buzzer, and they don't do nothing with it. Do you know what I mean?
Because they want the polish.
They want the cake, don't they? Didn't put no icing on it.
But I'm like, even if you did that, you'd just be constantly new thing after new thing, and you become habitual to it. It's mental. What's the why does ShredFast stand out above other exercise apps?
This is personal opinion, you know what I mean? You could ask 100 people this and you'll get a different answer, but the thing is, for me, is it is more than fitness. It is more than a program. You're connected in some way. You and it's just built on, it just builds respect for yourself and for other people. People come to the gym first time, I'm only lifting 6s, I'm only lifting 4s. And I'm just like, do you understand how much it's actually took for you to get here? Like, just respect for that alone. You've chose to take action. You've willingly chose to come here. And, in my opinion, willingly put yourself for what could be deemed some of the hardest workouts in the world. For the average person to do. I know people will come back and say, you've got Navy SEAL training, blah, blah, blah. But for the average person, that's one of the hardest workouts you'll ever do. Do that for the first time. I guarantee you're not walking properly for 3-4 days, you know what I mean?
No, I think, we took one of the lads, and when we did the ones at Leeds, and he just went, never invite me to one of them again.
No, that's it.
I mean, they're not for it, but it's not going to be for everyone.
No.
But if you wanted to get some, for me, when I were come across Luke online on Instagram, and it was how he was speaking on things and his mindset. It wasn't just the workouts.
Yeah.
And I think all the team chime in with their own little like sprinkles of knowledge, really. Like that one that stands out with me with Joe is, I know we're on about when I did that cleanse. He like, once you stop and you need to get going straight away, because if you don't, it's gonna be a long time. And it was, and I was going through motions.
And I think when you do them workouts, even though we're just on the other side of a screen, unless you come to the classes, you do realise that we do actually care. It's not just about, oh yeah, let's just pump out these workouts.
Yeah.
Everything's thought through methodically. That's the side people don't see. Them workouts are put together for a reason. They're thought out. And then when we're doing that recording, it's not like, right, I'll just put my clothes on, camera on, hello everybody, welcome to today's workout. The night before, an hour before, half an hour before, 20 minutes before, you're thinking it through. Right, I've got this workout to record, this is my workout, I'll explain this bit that way. Yeah, you know what, that really resonated with me today. I'm going to share that with them. I'm going to speak about this.
Yeah.
It almost is like a performance.
Yeah.
Nothing's fake about it, but we're trying to think about, how do I get the best out of you? How do you walk away from this workout, not just physically better, but mentally and emotionally better?
Gives you stuff to reflect on.
Yeah.
As you're hearing it and dropped in like that with Joe, when he said that, with the moment I'd gone back after the power cleanse after the 3 month, that was the opening conversation that he said. He's like, don't let it stop, because once you stop, getting started again, getting them gears going, is going to be brutal. And I was like...
And I think you get the best of us because, like, if you've done one of my workouts before, you know, I always end by telling whoever's doing it how grateful I am to be on the other side of that camera. Like, we're so grateful to be able to do it, that we give you the best of us.
Yeah.
I've walked in there sometimes feeling like shit. I don't want to be there, but soon as that camera comes on, it's like, no, they don't deserve that part of me. They don't need that part of me. What they need is a good workout, and for me to be getting the best out of them.
Yeah, they're looking to you for strength.
Yeah, that's it. They're not looking for me to be saying, like, this is what we're doing today. I can't really be bothered doing it, but, you know, let's go. Like, they don't want that.
No. Well, so also, looking at your first trip to Dubai and then this matching up against your second.
Night and day. Absolute night and day. The first time I went, I was overwhelmed, to be honest. There was a couple of factors as well. I went, bad time of year if you like, I went in December.
Yeah.
We'd only just started, we weren't really known.
Yeah.
So, from that aspect, it weren't what I expected it to be. But then on a personal level, I just weren't ready to be there. I weren't the person who I am now back then. And it's less than a year ago, 10 months ago, something like that. And it weren't so much when I was there, it was more when I come back from there that it hit me, when I reflected on it, and everyone was like, how was it? Was it boss? Like, and in my head, I'm just like, yeah, it was good, but deep down, I was like, I didn't do anything I wanted to do there. Didn't do anything. Didn't bring any new people into the business. Didn't bring any clients in. I didn't take many classes.
Yeah.
The ones I did, I was just dead overwhelmed.
Just a bit shrunk.
I was just like, I was just like, wow, I'm in Dubai, yeah. You know what I mean? I'm like working, not just, it's not like going on holiday.
Yeah.
It's not like where you're like, oh, you're in another country. Like, you're somewhere to do a job.
Yeah.
And even that was a bit of a whirlwind for me.
There's a lot to take in at once, isn't there?
But the funny thing about that is when I was on my way to the airport, there was a crash on the M62, and I made that flight by about 10 minutes. I just about got my bag checked on. That was lucky. I was running through the airport like a madman. Didn't even say bye to me girl or my kids. They were in the car crying. I was like, I've got to go. And the whole way there, I was like, God, please just let me make this flight. Please, please just let me make this flight. And then when I got to the plane, there was like on the plane, the side of it, I can't remember what the message said fully, but it was along the lines of like, God's with you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I remember seeing that and I was like, what? That's mental, that. And then obviously I've come back and things just went pear-shaped over there, like it weren't what I wanted to be. And in the moment I couldn't understand it, why I come back, I was beating myself up, I was a little bit upset, to be honest. And then one day it just clicked, it was just like, you can either be about it or you can just stay like this, just, you know you can be the person you want to be, so what are you going to do it?
Yeah.
And I had a conversation with Luke the first time I was there, and he was like, if I was you, I think these are your strengths, this is how I'd be running classes if I was you, this is what I'd be doing. And I went home and just applied every bit of it. And I just started to notice something changing, you know what I mean? People were coming up to me after the class, that was one of the best classes I've ever done. Wow, the change in you, you're more confident now. People who had been in the gym for a while who didn't even notice me before.
Yeah,
and then it just started to snowball. Then I was just like, yeah, I'm on one now. Well, once I sort of get in that mode,
yeah,
I know I'm unstoppable.
What would you say was a standout thing why that happened then? Do you?
Because I know how good I am.
Yeah.
And when I didn't do any of them things, I really beat myself up over it. And that's what I'll always do. I'll beat myself up, I'll get a little bit down. And then one day it'll be like, right, enough of that. Sort yourself out now.
And that's why I think it's so important, like with the community, is what I've seen recently, and having good friendship good friendships, being able, someone to be able to reflect back who you are, who they see in you.
Yeah.
Like I can see it in so many people, but they're not hitting the potential.
Yeah.
But having that, like, it spurred you on to grow into that confidence and go, fuck it, why am I shrinking? When someone can see that.
And then
so it's
Luke come home after that and he done one of my classes and he was blown away. He was like, I can't believe the difference in you here. And then a couple months later he was like, you coming out to Dubai for a month. The lads, Carl and Joe, who live over there, the lads are going to come home for a couple of weeks at a time. So you're going to come over. And I was just, in my head, I was just like, I'm going to go there and I'm going to do everything and more that I set out to do. And I went and done it.
Cool. Yeah, you could see the difference.
Yeah.
Massive.
Soon as I landed there, I was just like, yeah.
I think even down to how you hold yourself, and you've seen how you hold yourself in the one top shoulders, it more like stand up.
That's it.
Because you know your approach, you've already told your body. And
feel like a man, do you know what I mean? You feel like the person you know you can be. Yeah. And once you start becoming that, that's when everything changes. It's like what I said to you there, your frequency changes, you're more aligned with everything else. And a few things play a part in that, how you behave, how you carry yourself, how you wake up in the morning, the foods that you put in the body, it's how you spend your time, how effective you are with certain things. And once you start doing that, naturally, everything you want just gravitates towards you.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it does. And I think the beautiful thing about all these people are doing inner work like you have been doing on yourself, it's the ripple effect that it's having on everyone. Yeah. It goes far greater and far wider than we could even perceive. Yeah.
Even now, I speak to people within the team, and look, I'll be the first to admit I'm not great with praise me.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't buy into it. People give me and I'm just like, yeah, thank you. And I just try and
feel a bit awkward around it.
Because I can get wrapped up in it as well. Again, it goes back to understanding myself. I've had praise in the past and I've wrapped myself up in it, and I think I'm the greatest thing since sliced bread. Then don't have to do any of them things anyway because I've done this, I've done that. And so people around me who are supposed to, like, you've taught me a lot, you know. I've learned a lot from you there. And in my head, at first I was like, I haven't done nothing though. And then now I'm like, you know what, yeah, maybe I have. You know what I mean? Maybe I have been around for a while and shown what's possible and done this and done that. And again, I just thank you so much, and then I just move on from it then.
Yeah.
And I just keep trying to
do your own thing with that. Yeah. Well, that's what that audiobook was saying. It's like, it's very sneaky now.
Yeah.
It's moving that bits and the ego loves to be.
Because the devil will use that against you. The devil will be like, remember, you're the best. You're this.
Yeah.
Don't worry about nothing. You can take your foot off the gas because you're the best.
Yeah, yeah.
And then if you start buying into that, goes quick.
Yeah, well, it's that, and also being flamboyant with it. And
Yeah,
like,
that's it.
Walking around like you.
Yeah,
big bollocks.
I am the best, man. See me, I'm the best.
It's just to turn people off completely.
That's it. And I think another thing to understand with stuff like that is when you do start making progress, it's not going to be that. It's not just going to be linear trajectory right up. You're going to come up and you're going to come right back down. And then you're going to go up a bit more, down a little bit more. And when things start to come down, it's just, you'll hit a different baseline of your low point.
One of the favourite quotes that I like off you guys is when it's got really hard, and this transmutes into anything else that you're doing at the time, remember why you started.
Yeah.
Like, if you can revert back to that, remember that moment of why you started, and it'll just go, all them little voices that are on your back at that moment in time just decease.
And it's like I said earlier, that person who you was when you started is still there. And I love it when it comes to the forefront of my mind, because one, it lets me know that these works are still be done, and two, it also lets me know how far I've actually come.
Yeah.
I think that's the most important thing. If you can always hold that image of why you started and what you was like when you started, it'll let you know that these works will still be done, because you'll still do little things that you done back then, but it'll also let you know like you've come a long way, you know.
Yeah. So, or also, I'm going to go through it because I didn't ask last time. Because like soccer AM, we're going to do teammates.
Yeah.
So, who's the funniest in the group?
Yeah, that's a tough one, that. It makes me laugh the most. Adam's quite funny. I think the person who makes me laugh the hardest is probably Joe, though.
Is it?
Yeah, Joe's hilarious.
Who's got the worst temper?
Luke, therefore.
No hesitation.
All within reason, like he's not just some
no bully.
No, but like if you're doing something wrong or something goes wrong, he'll let you know. It's like you said there, like every time you'd start speaking about certain stuff, the camera would go off, and that if that camera goes off on the live, you just know, like, going off. Yeah, it's going off.
Who's strongest?
Me, that.
Smartest.
Also me.
I'm stitching you up because I think I could remember two answers last time. Who's most competitive?
Joe. Therefore Joe.
Who's the happiest?
Just running through people in the team, you know. It's hard to say. Adam's always proper high energy, so you put him down as the happiest if you like. You know,
he's a live wire, like.
Yeah, he's boss. Live wire. What do you mean by that, though?
Live wire. Always high energy.
Yeah, Adam. Yeah, therefore. Lennox as well. Lennox is quite high energy. I like being around Lennox. He's good stuff.
Who's the worst dress sense?
Jack Mannion.
Best music taste?
Carl, by far. Don't even know why I had to think about that.
Worst music taste?
It's hard with that one. I wouldn't really say these are worst music taste, because we all sort of sing off the same hymn sheet.
Yeah.
I don't really
know.
I don't really know what people listen to in like the spare time.
Yeah. For like me, it'd be someone who had heavy metal. It's just something I can't get on with.
Probably the girls, to be honest. The girls listen to girly stuff, innit? So.
Here at Disciples of Truth, we're proud to partner up with Charlie's Apothecary. Charlie's got some cracking products. I mean, cracking. And to start off with, it'd be Cordyceps, and it's the first product I actually tried at Charlie's. It's a dual extraction, and Cordyceps is renowned for natural energy booster, helps fight diseases, and it's great for sex drive for those that care to wish, and, and you can wish. But no, on a serious note, I don't like going to the gym. If you've got low energy, I don't like the pre-workouts. This is great with a few drops of water. Swig it down, swirl it around your mouth, and off you go. And it can be aided throughout the day. And then the next product we've got is my personal favourite, is the 4 blended salts. Salts gets a really bad rap through propaganda and doctors saying that we overuse it, when it's not true at all. To get the best salts in is one of the most natural ways of getting all the essential minerals into your body flow, so I'd give it a go. And it has Salinas del Carmen salt that originates from the Canary Islands, Fuerteventura, if you really want to know. It's one of the highest grades that you can have, and then it's got another three blends to go with. And the next product we've got, it really don't need an introduction. It's Shilajit. You must see it everywhere. It's got 85 trace minerals. It's good for energy, mental health, and clarity. And this is sourced from the Himalayan mountains. And I've tried many different brands of Shilajit, and I'd put this at the top of the ladder. And it's really nice packaging as well. And then last but not least is the oregano. It's the triple extraction. This is good for boost immunity, gut health, lowers cholesterol, fights inflammation, it aids weight loss. And I've just personally used this. The house some of his family members got sick, and it kept it off, and I haven't managed to get sick through it. Same again. Put in water, swirl around the mouth. Brilliant products. What you also get from these products is it's handcrafted. He puts a lot of time and effort, him and his team. It's UK only at the moment until it expands more. So it's only UK only, postage and packaging. What Charlie also does is he grows his own mushrooms. So we know that they're tried, tested, and they're also for freshness. So hit the link in the bio and go check out Charlie's new website. So all his range of products is on there, and there's something for everyone. So yeah, go check it out, guys.
With testosterone levels like dropping half in not even 100 years, how do we get back to a state of either where it was or surpassing what it used to be, in your eyes?
To be fair, with the testosterone stuff, if we draw back to social media, I think that's playing a part in it as well. Obviously, more information's out there now. Mm-hmm. Testosterone dropping, I'm assuming, is more likely to the type of foods that we're eating now. Yeah. The way of living with a lot more sedentary. And men play different roles in the world now. It used to be survival, didn't it, really? Yeah. Even if you go back to as early as, 80 years ago when we had world wars and wars were more frequent, I'm sure testosterone was a lot higher in men then because they're more vigilant, more aware, protectors. And they've become a lot more sloppy in recent times. Obesity rates, stuff like that drops your testosterone, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. I think getting back to building it back up and surpassing it is starting to educate yourself more, starting to do more difficult things that raise your testosterone, put yourself in different environments, fight gyms, stuff like that, go and do a bit of boxing, work out hard. ShredFast definitely plays a part in that. And if I could give any of my own advice, just supplement properly. Tonkat Ali, Fedosia, Shilajit, stuff like that. Just start using supplements to help boost your testosterone, because I've never had my levels tested really, so I don't really know, but I could imagine how it'd feel to feel quite weak, to not have them. Yeah. It's a manly instinct really, innit? Yeah, makes us what we are, so Yeah, just making subtle changes in your life. You know, you don't have to go out to war.
No,
Hopefully not anyway. That's what we don't want to be doing. But just getting rid of that, stepping into your fear, if you like. I think, like, if we go back to boxing gyms, most people are scared to get in there because it's hard cases and, I don't know how to box, or I'm scared to learn. But what you'll find is, where they're so disciplined and they know they can look after themselves, it makes someone a nicer person.
Yeah.
They're not worried. They're not stressing out, thinking who's looking at me or why they behaving like that. If they need to protect themselves, they will. If anything, they've just got respect for you trying to learn something, trying to better yourself.
Yeah.
It's the same, goes back to what you were saying about ShredFast, really. When you see someone putting themselves in a difficult situation, unless you're a proper knobhead, really, you're going to be happy for them, aren't you?
Yeah, 100%. I think it's hard as well because you look at kids at school, high school, it's not even that much exercise involved anymore.
No.
Like, I was watching them videos of JFK, like the schools then in America.
Yeah.
They were pure, everyone were a pure
Regiments,
athlete, or when you look down at beaches, they were just, everyone were tough.
And it goes back to what we were speaking about in the car and stuff. School's there to prepare you for adult life, innit?
Yeah.
Adult life was a lot different there. Men were getting prepared to go onto building sites, to work very manual jobs, laborious jobs. So they had to be strong, they had to be able to look after themselves. Women, back then, people who I've spoke to, women done like typewriter courses and stuff like that, and they were getting prepared to go into the office world, or maybe to like factories, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Where now, everyone's just getting prepared to get put in an office, aren't they? You might do a bit of design technology or whatever, but most men who go into a trade now, that's a follow-on from college. They go to college and do plaster and all stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, I've even noticed recently, like, plaster bags used to be, they've never been when I started. They've always been 25 kg, but back then they were 50 kg. And I look at now, even plaster boards are only 25 kg. They ask for two, health and safety ask for 2 people to carry them.
Yeah.
And people, you've got to look at labourers, they're quite happy to go, oh, it's easier. But we're creating weaker and weaker men through the means of...
What's the saying? Weak men create hard times.
Yeah.
Hard time creates strong men.
Yeah.
Strong men create easy times. Easy times create soft men.
So many people avoid hard things now. They just don't want to do it. But then I see it as you're gonna pay for it one way or another. I think on that, I don't think anybody wants to do hard things, but some people are more willing to do it. For me, I think hard times are coming anyway, so make it your choice.
Yeah.
Choose when it's gonna come.
Again,
it's gonna beat you down.
And another quote, innit? It's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war.
Yeah.
Don't we? You little digger. Like, I'm ready for anybody, mate. No, you're not.
Like,
no, you're not.
Not at all. I would ask as well, do you got to the physique you got to now? Does it feel as good as you thought it would have done?
Like I said, I don't really... I've never really thought of it like, if I look this way, I'm going to feel this way.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I've never looked at it like that, and if I'm be honest, I don't train to look a certain way either. I train to look after myself mentally, mostly.
Yeah.
Physical changes, you don't feel any difference. It's not like you feel a foot taller or you feel...
You'd hope
I don't really know how to describe it, but there's no special feeling that comes with it. You have a bit more pride in yourself. You're a bit more, like, you've got more respect for yourself. You're happy with the way you look. But I think the most important thing is when you do get in serious shape, it's what it does for your mind. Going back to frequencies, you're a lot more in tune, because to get to that, you've got to train hard, which makes you feel good. You've got to eat properly. And once you start combining them two things as well as your sleep, you've got to get proper sleep for your recovery. It all comes together. I'd say they're the three most important pillars of health, really. Your sleep, what you eat, and how you stay active, your movement.
It can go very well once they all start
Yeah.
or they can go in a
That's
perpetual
it.
cycle
And you just feel sharper. Getting out of bed feels easier. You don't have brain fog. You've got more sustained energy.
Yeah.
And it gives you more mental energy as well, and I think that's one of the most important things you can have, because when you've got a lot of mental energy, you can start channeling it into the right things. And the hot topic nowadays is manifestation, isn't it?
Yeah.
But manifestation doesn't just work off, I want this, I'm going to have this, I'm going to have this. What it works off is you planting an idea in your head and doing the work that's required. You become fixated on it. If you can do that,
yeah,
little simple tricks, I don't know, change your wallpaper to the thing that you want.
yeah,
And every time you see that, it'll remind you what you've got to do. That wallpaper alone is not going to bring it to you. Looking at it every day is not going to bring it to you.
yeah,
But if you can see it every day and understand why you're doing something, and you keep doing that work and keep doing that work, it'll come to you.
yeah. No.
And it and that starts with a thought, doesn't it?
Yeah, of course it does. I think as well, once the workouts and stuff, it opens your mind up to more.
Yeah.
It lets them frequencies come through. Because, like, when you're in a gluttonous way it's sexual constantly, you're in that lower mind, so you can only get these lower thoughts coming through.
Yeah.
Because it is the animalistic mind. I think that's what they're saying on I think it's depicted, was it King George, where he's slaying like a lion, and like lions were never here. But it's showing you he's fighting his lower mind. That's it's an analogy for it, isn't it? But yeah. Is there anything else that you'd like to leave the listeners with?
If I could leave listeners with one thing, if you're feeling lost now, you don't know what steps to take to improve in your life, I'd say sign up to ShredFast and see if that works for you. I'm not going to sit here and say that's going to change your life, it's going to do this. You've just got to sign up, but you get your first 30 days for free. I don't know what more you can ask for that. You've got 30 days within a month, a lot can change. And like I said, this isn't going to be the thing that changes your life, but it's definitely going to play a part in doing it. It's going to start to give you that mental energy that I spoke about, like it did for me, like it has done for many others. I'm not special. I didn't start off with this athletic background. I haven't got crazy genetics. Like I said earlier on, I couldn't do a press up till I was 23. But if you can start doing hard things, get up every day with the will and determination to succeed at them, and not give up at the first time it gets hard, you will get to where you want to be, and you can change your life. The possibility's there, but it starts with action, and it starts with yourself.
Perfect. Yeah, I second it. I do second it. No, thank you very much for coming on.
No problem, Matt. Thank you very much.